It's 1647, and Canterbury, spiritual home of the Anglican faith and iconic cathedral, is about to be convulsed by an episode that sparks England's second civil war. Parliament bans Christmas. The country is divided by the Royalist supporters of King Charles I and those who side with Oliver Cromwell's parliamentarians. The Royalists have been defeated in 1646, but high taxation and a lack of political settlement means that the country is seething with resentment.
The parliamentarians, the Puritans, they don't like the celebration of Christmas. Now you may ask, why is that? Their answer would be there's no warrant for it in the Bible, that a lot of Christmas celebrations are pagan in origin, and they are also intent on making the nation fast at the end of every month, on the last Wednesday of every month, to atone for the nation's sins. In 1644, Christmas Day falls on that Wednesday, last Wednesday of the month. And they then say the fast has to take precedence over Christmas celebrations. Now that starts the whole ball rolling that perhaps you can abolish Christmas. And that's exactly what they try to do in 1647. They issue an ordinance saying that Christmas, Easter, Whitsun celebrations are no longer to be observed. In Canterbury, in 1647, Christmas Day falls on a Saturday, which is the weekly market day. And the mayor, being a good parliamentarian, says the market will go ahead, there will be no Christmas celebrations in Canterbury.
The mayor of Canterbury, a man of a rough and unkind nature, proclaimed that a market should be kept. Only 12 shopkeepers obeyed him, and they at once, commanded by the multitude, to shut up again. But refusing to obey, their ware was thrown up and down, until at last they were forced to shut in. The sheriff, laying hold of a fellow, was stoutly resisted, which the mayor, perceiving, took a cudgel and struck the fellow, who knocked down the mayor, whereby his cloak was much torn and dirty. The mayor hereupon made strict proclamation that every man depart to his own house.
Well, the rioting is put down very heavily because they have to call in parliamentarian troops to try and quell the rioters in Canterbury. And once that happens, once they've been successful at calming things down, it takes a couple of weeks, it's almost like a siege, the parliamentarian troops break down some of the walls in Canterbury as well, break down some of the city walls, leaving a strong sense of resentment. And the ringleaders of the riots are being gathered together to be tried in Canterbury in May. When they're brought to trial, the local jury says, we don't know what happened, we can't find them guilty or not guilty because we simply don't know what happened. And they're let off essentially. But the fact that they've been put on trial and the fact that they might be found guilty and might even be executed triggers a response in Kent. People start petitioning. They start petitioning against Parliament, against the army, against heavy taxation, against the local parliamentarian county committee, and they begin to gather together in groups. And the county committee is very worried about this petitioning campaign. In response, it orders that the petition has to be stopped and that they're going to disperse people gathering together to discuss the petition by force of arms. This means that the petitioners then start to arm as well. News of this gets out. Disaffected groups of Royalists who've been disbanded, Royalist soldiers hear about it, the apprentices up in London hear about it, and they think, we'll go down into Kent, get armed, and we'll have a fight with the county committee and the local troops.
Banning Christmas was just one of several factors that led to a second civil war. In an age that saw many traditional values turned upside down, it was a step too far. But the Royalists are crushed at Maidstone and Colchester. As a result, the king is put on trial and executed, and Christmas remains banned until 1660, following the restoration of Charles II.